Hi everybody, it's Miss Linda from Franklin Township Library and it's time for We Read Storytime. Today we're talking about peas and beans. And before we get started with our stories, let me tell you about, since this is our summer reading program, Imagine Your Story. Our theme is fairy tales. And you can register for the summer reading program. You still can register. You can create an account, register, and log your reading online at franklintownship.library.readsquared.com or with the Read Squared app on your phone or tablet. And make sure you pick the right Franklin Township. I think there's two of them. I think we're the first one. We were the first one last week anyway. And there are summer reading challenges for kids, teens, and adults. So for more information, you can visit our website or contact reference at ftlnj.org. Okay. Our first story is about a pea and a princess who happens to be a pig. And it is Princess Pictoria and the Pea by Pamela Duncan Edwards and illustrated by Henry Cole. Okay, this is a takeoff on the Princess and the Pea book. Okay. Princess Pictoria was very poor. Her palace had peeling paint and collapsing plaster. She planted pansies and petunias. She swept and she polished. "It's hopeless," she protested. "My palace looks like a pigsty. If only I had enough pennies to have it painted." Up there. There we go. One day, Princess Pictoria read a personal ad in the paper. Okay, it said, wanted a proper princess to become the bride of Prince Proudfoot of Porksville. Princesses must apply in person. "If I married the prince," pondered Pictoria, "perhaps he would help me make my palace pretty again." So Pictoria departed for Porksville. Presently, Pictoria stood in the portal of Prince Proudfoot's palace. She pounded on the door. A page led her into the presence of the prince. "So you are applying to be my bride," said Prince Proudfoot. "I am very particular. Only a perfect princess will do for someone as important as me. And you are not at all punctual. It's past supper time. 5 minutes past." That wasn't very polite, thought Pictoria, padding after the parlor maid toward the guest apartment. But Pictoria didn't know that the prince had a plan. He had placed a pea, just one little pea, under her pillows. Only a proper princess would be prickled by a pea beneath such a pile. A very tiny pea. "What a pity I didn't pack a picnic," sighed Pictoria. "We could purchase a pizza," suggested the parlor maid. So Pictoria picked up the palace phone. "I'd like plenty of pizzas," she ordered, "with toppings like peppers, pickles, poppy seeds, Parmesan cheese, and peanuts. I'll pass on the pepperoni." Percy, the pizza pig, soon appeared at Pictoria's door. "You're very prompt," said Pictoria. "But, oops, how pesky. I don't have any plates." "No problem," replied Percy, popping off to the pantry. Soon, in paraded the keeper of the pantry keys with paper plates and plastic cups, the palace porter with a pitcher of pineapple punch, the chief potato peelers with potato chips and popcorn, and the pastry cook with a pumpkin pie. "Won't you all have a piece of pizza?" asked Pictoria. So, Victoria, Percy, the parlor maid, the keeper of the pantry keys, the palace porter, the chief potato peelers, and the pastry cook ate until everything had disappeared. Then the parlor maid played the piano, and everyone performed the polka until they were pooped. Finally, Victoria said, "It's past my bedtime. We must part." Panting, Victoria plunked onto her pillows. She didn't spy the pea popping out and plopping through a hole in the planks. Okay, so there's the pea. It's really tiny. And there's the hole in the plank. It went right into the hole. It wasn't even in the pillows any longer. But Victoria couldn't sleep. The pizza, popcorn, and pie crumbs on her pillows pressed through her pajamas painfully and gave her pins and needles. So even though there wasn't a pea, it still felt prickly to Victoria. In the morning, Victoria went to join Prince Proudfoot for a plate of porridge. "I slept pitifully," complained Victoria. "I have purple patches everywhere." Oh, she had bruises. "Splendid," cried the prince. "Then you were prickled by the pea I placed under your pillows. This proves you are a proper princess. You have my permission to be my bride." "You put a pea under my pillows?" exploded Victoria. "I am not impressed. I could never be the partner of such a pompous prince. I much prefer Percy the pizza pig." "Oh, Victoria," cried Percy the pizza pig, who had spent the night in the pantry pining for the princess. "Let us become a pair." "Peachy," cried Victoria. The keeper of the pantry keys, the palace porter, the chief potato peelers, and the pastry cook clapped. So, in April, Victoria put petals into her pigtail. Percy put on his pinstripe suit and pork pie hat. "You look like a proper prince," whispered Victoria, as the preacher pronounced them pig and sow. Victoria and Percy opened a chain of pizza parlors, which proved to be very profitable. They painted Victoria's palace, and they purchased a purple pickup. And you see what color they're painting her palace? Pink, that's right. Prince Proudfoot received no other applications from princesses, proper or not. He was so depressed that the parlor maid took pity and proposed to him. He presently became a much more pleasant pig. Everyone was as perfectly happy as it's possible to be. As for the pea, the pocket mouse made it into a big pot of pea soup, and she held a party for all her pals. Now, there was a lot of words with a certain letter in there. Do you know what letter that was? Did you hear it all through the story? Okay, it was the letter, that's right, P. And now we have another recipe out of the Cook Me a Story by Brian Kozlowski. And this is a Jack and the Green Beanstalk. Okay, and it is crispy beanstalk fries. So, there once was a very poor and very hungry boy named Jack. One day an old man took pity on him and gave him a bag of magic beans, saying, "Bury these deep in your garden and you'll never be hungry again." Jack did just as the old man said and then went straight to bed. That night, little white raindrops fell from the sky, landing right on top of the mound of buried beans. Okay, there we go. Open the bag and put the green beans inside. This is what you do now when you're making your fries. So you open the bag, put the green beans inside, pour the milk in, there's milk, pour milk into the bag, seal it close, and shake until the beans are coated with the milk. All right, and it has all your ingredients over there. In the middle of Jack's garden, a giant beanstalk had sprouted up to the sky. So Jack did what all adventurous boys would do. He climbed it. He went up and up and up, straight through the white powdery clouds above. Go. And now at this point, you put the flour in the bag, seal it closed, and shake until the beans are coated with the flour. At the very top of the beanstalk, there was a giant castle with a giant door and a giant-sized woman carrying a giant bottle of cooking oil. So now oil goes into the bag, you seal it again, and shake until the beans are coated with the oil. "This is no place for a boy," shouted the woman. "My husband will eat you for a snack." But Jack had no time to escape, for at that very moment her husband entered the kitchen. Quickly, the woman told Jack to hide in a giant bowl of breadcrumbs. Right, there we have the giant and his wife. And now you put breadcrumbs in the bag, seal it closed, and shake it well until the beans are coated with the breadcrumbs. "Fee, fi, fo, foy, I smell the blood of an English boy," said the giant. "Yes," said his wife, "I'm cooking you a baked boy. Now, take a little nap and it will be done when you awake." The woman rushed outside, snapped off pieces of the beanstalk, and put them on a tray. The beanstalks then went into the oven instead of Jack, and the giant went to sleep, not realizing that his wife had tricked him, or that Jack was now safely climbing down the beanstalk. So now you open the bag, carefully arrange the green beans on a non-stick baking tray, and put the tray into the oven and cook for 12 to 16 minutes or until the green beans are golden brown. Okay, and you'll need an adult's help for the oven. The giant awoke and saw what was really cooking in the oven. In a fit of rage, he threw the tray of beanstalks out into the clouds, and down they fell onto Jack's house. Crispy, delicious, and ready to eat. Jack gathered them all up and was never hungry again. So now, using oven mitts, of course, remove the tray from the oven and sprinkle the green beans with a pinch of salt. And there you have your green bean, crispy beanstalk fries. Okay, that's available for you to take out if you're interested. The craft, let me show you how the craft is. So anytime you want, you can call the library and request a bag, a craft bag from our Storytime. And this week we are making a sand dollar with beans. Okay. So included in your kit is a paper plate with like a tracing of the sand dollar shape. So all you have to do, you have to get some glue from home. I used liquid glue. I'm not sure if it works with a glue stick. And just put the beans, just glue the beans on to the plate. And you also have included in the bag are, you should have enough beans to trace all around to make the sand dollar. If you need more, let me know. Okay, so that will be the craft for this week. And if you take a picture of it, let me know, send it, upload it, and we'll give you some extra points. And now we have a very special surprise. We have a little experiment we're going to do. Okay. Oh, don't forget, did you see where the glass slipper was for this week? The glass flip-flop. Okay, so before I get up, take a look around and see where the glass flip-flop is. Okay, see where the glass flip-flop. You want to put for the where the glass flip-flop is, okay, just one word and tell me where you saw it. And if you type that in and let me know on the summer reading program